Greetings, my fellow hunters, and welcome again to another review. And today, because of a friend's great cosplay, it gave me an idea to what to review today. And so today, I will be reviewing the original 1995 Ghost in the Shell movie. After a long string of animes that are isekai and whatnot, I think it's time I do a sci-fi, don't you think? So, as I always say, my good hunters, let the hunt begin. So, what is the story of Ghost in the Shell? Well, set in the far future of 2029, yes, I know how far that is, humanity has now merged with technology to the point of cyborgs, and then there is this mysterious hacker known as the Puppet Master trying to control the people, or whatever his vile deeds are. No one knows except himself. And so it's down to a group of officers in Section 9 to hunt down the Puppet Master and to stop his dastardly deeds, all the while trying to uncover a conspiracy of governments and sentience with the philosophy of, is humanity and machines any different when they have sentience? It's also complicated, and sometimes it goes over my head. I'm not a philosopher, so I'm just a reviewer. So it does get a little bit confusing at times, but somehow it's very relevant in these times with how technology is rapidly progressing. And I find it interesting that this was in 1995, by the way, so long before stuff we have today, but not to the point that it's like the show, considering cyborgs aren't exactly a thing even in 2020. So yes, that is the story. A very simple one, but its simplicity actually has depth to it, which is kind of nice because stories tend to try to be complicated in order to have depth, but it's more illusion of depth than actual depth. They think it's grand and big, but it's actually just thin. And what Ghost in the Shell's simple story actually makes it much easier to digest, and it's quite nice. As for the animation, it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. It looks good in a lot of places, especially for an early 1995 movie, but it has a lot of the times in it. Like, they have a lot of shots at the back of the head just to cut lip animation movements. I do kind of find that lazy because it feels like they're not putting in the time or effort. And, well, it looks kind of dated to our standpoint. Still gorgeous, don't get me wrong. A lot of usual panning shots are wonderful. But I think sometimes it's dragged on a little too long. There are certain shots that just sit down for just like 10, 20 whole seconds, and it just kind of makes me wonder, what is the point of this? Are we just trying to see what she feels? I think I already got an idea of how she feels. Then again, Makoto doesn't really show much expression in the series. I should have said that earlier, but oh well. It's hard because I know I'm gonna have fans saying, it's part of the original series. Of course you're not gonna like it to modern day standards." But I'm just comparing it from then to now, and it's still good, if a bit creepy, because Makoto's design really has that scary look to her that I swear she's looking directly at me even though she's in the TV screen. And I don't give that as a bonus, I give that as a negative. Ooh, it's me strange. But yes, overall the animation is fine. I wouldn't exactly give it an award in the animation department. As for the music, I do kind of like it. That's a thing that's rare, isn't it? No, I like music a lot, so no. But it has a nice eerie vibe to it, a sort of mysterious tone, a mystery in a mystery, if you will. And it kind of does fit the atmosphere quite a lot in this show, and I find that appealing, that it has that mysterious tone to it, with a mysterious story, with mysterious characters, with an unvague plot. It's so interesting sometimes that I do enjoy it. And as far as it goes, I might actually make my top 20 soundtracks. So, For my final thoughts on the Ghost in the Shell anime movie, it's good. I would say that even though the voice acting wasn't the best, because it isn't, and I would have watched the Japanese version if I had it, but Netflix doesn't have it, so I've been given the cards I've been dealt with. But overall, they fit their characters fine. If you can forgive the abstract story, the simple characters that really don't have any depth to them because they're all single notes, you'll find an adequate but fine cyberpunk movie. I might review the series again in the future if given the opportunity, as I do find it interesting. So, yes, thank you, my fellow hunters, for watching. Links down below for my Twitter and Discord. Please follow me on those. And, as I always say, my fellow hunters, may the good blood guide your way.